Hi y'all, this is Melanie. Today I'd like to welcome you back with another large pot of soup. This is Vietnamese crab soup or Vietnamese Bun Rieu. This is my simplest soup that I can whip it up in like 30 minutes. So let's do it. It's my childhood food. First, we're gonna have a big pot of water. We're gonna make our noodle while we're waiting. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it to a boil. Someone requested to make some Bun Rieu crab noodle soup for this, and I'm going to show you my easiest way. While that is cooking, the water pot is cooking for the noodle, bringing it to boil. I have here about 18 to 20 cups of water. I'm going to make this batch maybe for about 3 days, and go ahead and bring it to boil. In here I'm also going to add just a handful of dry shrimps. Dry shrimp is basically shrimp that cooked in a little bit of salt, and they dry them up after they I cook them to dry them. They has a lot of flavor, and I throw these a little bit in, maybe like a tablespoon there. Rieu is like considered a tiny little shrimp, so this is super big. So Bun Rieu crab noodle soup usually will have tofu, tomatoes, and pork blood. I don't have access to pork blood today. It's quite an inconvenience to get it these days, but if you have pork blood, that's perfectly fine. I have here fried tofu. It's just pretty soft, super soft tofu that is already pre-fried, so I'm going to use that. But if you don't have that, you can just get you a package of tofu. I like soft and soaking, so I have here soft, but you can get, whatever tofu you can get. And then just kind of cut them into maybe half an inch to an inch thick, like a rectangular, whatever, and bake it. Or you want to, you can deep fry these to kind of get that color. But you can also bake these in the oven for maybe like 30 minutes until golden brown. So I have some rice noodle here. It's just a Vietnamese rice vermicelli noodle. It's made out of rice, and the water is boiling hot. I'm gonna go ahead and pop these in. Get in, submerge into this very warm bath. Make sure everybody get down at the same time so that I cook evenly. So I'll take a little time. They are very quick getting soft. They're not very starchy, so this much water, it's just fine. I just like to flake them up at the beginning to kind of loosen them up, to get the water in between the noodle when they roll them up. Separate them a little bit. So that they don't kind of come out cooked, stuck together like this, like 2-3 of them. But gently kind of stir them up or flake them up just like spaghetti, Vietnamese spaghetti. And when that is bringing back to boil, I'm gonna go ahead and stop. See, it's bubbling, boiling right here. I'm gonna go ahead and stop, and then set timer for 12 minutes. Okay, it's not 12 minutes, and get back to this. So for they call crab, but usually when you go to the store or to the restaurant, I usually don't taste the crab, but when I'm at home, I like to add a little crab lumps in here. If you don't have crab lumps, you can also get some shrimp, regular fried, regular fresh shrimp, and you boil it up and you mash it up. Or you can get the dry shrimp, and you kind of soak it up and finally smash it up, and then add to this. I'm going to use a little bit of Kraft today. To keep all the ingredients, bind it together into a little lumps, or kind of like a crab ball, I'm using pork, ground pork, as a binding ingredient. So right here I got 1 pound of ground pork. Go in about 2 to 3 tablespoons. Feel like a high baller today. Using real crab lumps. This shouldn't be like a poor man's meal. It's more like very pricey. But get as much in there as you want. I mean, you can add the whole thing if you can afford it. I just want to get a little bit, just to get a little bit of aroma, you know, like the flavor. I'm also going to use a couple of tablespoons of this Kraft paste here. We already have some soybean, garlic, cooked crab meat, 20% water, so on and so forth. So this one is already made. It has annatto and very nice color. So I realize that too much of this is very garlicky, and I'm not used to that. So I'm just gonna use about 2 big spoons for 20. This I'll probably use about 3 to 4 times out of this jar. So you can use the shrimp one. I see no different, but that's for the mix. And I have here some frozen green onion. I love green, you know, I love onions. So I put about maybe a quarter of a cup to half a cup there. Very nice color. In here, the crab paste, it's already have a lot of salt and a lot of flavor in there. I don't like to add any more seasoning, because sometimes I think I've done a little bit of seasoning before and it turned out to be a little bit too salty for me. So I'm just gonna stir this up to let everything combine. In the meantime, let me show you. I'm gonna use 2 of these I'm gonna use 2 of these things that already have some of the similar flavor ingredients, so I don't have to like do it all by myself. And inside each packet, it has a little I think the old version of it, it has everything wrapped individually in aluminum foil, and it was like have an issue or something. But this one is kind of new, but this is what it looks like inside. It's a little pink. Go ahead and pop this in there while it's boiling up. So in here there's four little cubes here, so that's a total of 8 cubes. Looks like my noodles hammer is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this out with cold water to shock it, to stop it from cooking. You want to shock it with cold water because you don't want it to continue to cook, and then later you're going to have smushy noodle. Take off the excess and let it sit there and drain out. So this is crab paste. It's also another form of crab paste, but it's from the tiny little black crabs. You know, like these little black crabs here. I love Vietnamese go dong, or they're from the river, on the side of the river. I used to go catch them and grind them up and cook in water and get all these flavor out of. But nowadays we got these in a jar. So I am very thankful for this product. And it's called Gạch Cua. but it's very thick. Every time I cook, I'm fortunate that my local Asian store, they do carry this. Every time I cook this, I just get like this might be a little, but I love it. But I get like a teaspoon, coffee spoon like this. That might be like the size of a tablespoon, and it's very thick. So when you put it in here, it's gonna be very thick to stir. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of hot water from the pot there and kind of stir it up. Too much water will make this thing not stick together, but I want just a little bit of water so that I can kind of make this into dissolve and evenly spread it around. You can put this straight into the pot, but it might make your pot turn black. If you don't mind, whatever it is, you're gonna eat it. So this is what it looks like. It looks pretty gross, but I'm used to the it looks like clay, black clay, but I'm used to this, home cooking, and where I come from, it has this wonderful smell, the aroma of crab and in the soup, this Bun Rieu soup. So if I ever get a chance, I love to add some of these in. So let's pretty much good to go there. Go ahead and add it in here and kind of mix this up. Right now it doesn't look as good, but when it gets into the water, I didn't want to add the paste in here directly because it's very thick. It is very hard to like stir it around. So got this from my mom. She added a little water, hot water, and then it's easy to just kind of like evenly distribute it around like this. So there's crab in here. There's pork ground. You can use chicken. You can do ground chicken. I want the pork to kind of form together. So with pork, the more you work with it, like a lot of massage, it will make the pork kind of texture kind of form together. So you can, like, people will use a spoon and stir it up, and the texture will form together by the protein. Somehow science can explain that, but I can't explain that. So I'm just gonna massage it like this to make it a little bit thicker texture, so it forms together. If you want to make a burger, you don't want to do this because when you massage meat, it will be tough. But for this, I want it to be tough, so I want it to be massaging this. You can also add a little bit of kind of pork ham, kind of a sausage. It's called yao sống in here. It's even better. That one, if you add that, you can replace that. You can add a little bit, like a teaspoon of cornstarch, or tapioca or something. But I think the texture is pretty thick. It gives me little bouncy here. It's not too liquidy, and it's not too thick where it's soft. So I'm good with that, and that is done. I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the pot. So for this, I just add a little bit, maybe like half a teaspoon size. So just drop them in there. And when they're cooked, they should rise to the top. You can make them small, you can make them big, or you can put this whole thing in the microwave. You heat them all up, and you can, get a little bit before you put it in your bowl and you're ready to eat. It's up to you. But it starts to rise up over here. So I'm going to continue to do that. that is the end of it. You know, I got pork in here. You can use your chicken broth or your own soup stock if you have some for quick, you know, adding. You know, you don't have to use just water. One option is you can use chicken broth. But I feel like I have enough pork in here that gives me enough flavor. So while that is going, I have a few tomato here. Go ahead and cut them in wedges, and I cut some fried tofu and go ahead and put them in there. I'm gonna use 3 large blocks here and cut them maybe in about 1/2 inch thick, like this, lengthwise, you know, however you want. Inside is super silken. Super easy, super quick. Go ahead and drop them in. Next will be the tomatoes. Super simple, you know, however you want it. You can cut them into wedges or into like chunk like this, however. It's like that. This is like how many tomato? You know, it's as many as you like to eat, or it's the same thing as much as the rest of the ingredients. So you can fry these to release the color, but I already have the annatto color red, so I'm not going to fry these. Let's go ahead and add these in the end also. Super simple, easy, quick. And I use about 5 tomatoes, medium size. The color is already looks vibrant. Look, it's so red, and the crab ball here is not really black anymore. When it's in the water, it's kind of go away. Smells just awesome. So I'll let it bring to boil. In the meantime, I'm gonna give it a quick taste. It's ready. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of fried shallot and fried onions in here. Fried shallot and fried garlic in here. Add a little bit of fried shallot in here. A little bit of fried garlic. And a whole lot of green onions. So I have nothing but water spinach and a large kind of medium banana flour here. I'm gonna process this as my vegetables. I can find we don't have any fish mint or lemon bombs or anything like that, but this is all good. And I have some homemade bean sprouts, so I'm gonna use that also. And for the water spinach, just gonna eat this part. I can use this for stir fry with garlic, or I can just, you know, boil this and put it in the soup. But I'm gonna pluck these away like so, and then I'll show you if you're interested on how to process these. Pretty quick and simple. Well, I keep saying quick and simple, but it is for me, so I hope it is for you too. Figure a way what makes it work for you. This works for me, and I love greenery, vegetables, and stuff like that. So I would definitely go out of my way to get, you know, the veggie. Some, you know, don't like it and just kind of use lettuce. That's totally fine. Or just thinly sliced cabbage. I used to have that. I used to eat that. I didn't have access to any of these before. You know, whatever you want to put in your food is your food. As long as you like it. So, pluck away. So all plucked away. I have here just some cold water. I like to a little bit for it to curl up, and have this little shredder here. Just got my index finger underneath here. Hold it between the knife, the shredder, and the stick here, and that's it. It will go. This one is very small, and right now it doesn't look like much, but when you put it in there, it starts to like curl up. I also have this thing that you actually split them, like a little stick. Oh, here it goes. Like this thing here. For you, the way that you do this is you put one of these in from the one end here, poke it in the middle, and down here is a bunch of blades, like eight blades down here, like a little star here. And when it goes through, you push it through, it just cut it as it goes through, and it's pretty thick. When it's go through, kind of pull it through like that. But I like the knife, so I'm gonna go with the knife. Keep on going with the knife here. It doesn't matter when you put it in the soup, it starts to like wilt it. And it doesn't really matter, but this is how I grew up eating, and I just like to do it. You know, it brings me back to my childhood, and I thought it's I don't know, it resonates with me, and so no big deal. You don't have to have this. You can just do the banana leaf, and you just do a regular mint, fish mint, or the mint, any mint you know you like. What did I say earlier? Lemon balm mint, or something like that. That is perfectly fine. You can use lettuce, you can use cabbage, finely chopped cabbage. So right now it's a little curl up like that. Isn't that cute? So some of these kind of curl up like a ribbon when you kind of like make it like a balloon, the end of the balloon thing. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for the rest of it.
Mommy.
And for the banana flour, I'm gonna use a little bit of water
And a little bit of Aaron.
a little bit Aaron, and like quarter cup of vinegar. You can use a lime, like a lime, 1 or 2 limes, to take away all these gooey stuff here. So banana flour is pretty big. In the end here, doesn't look really good. I'm gonna chop that off and throw that away. Some of the banana flour in here are kind of brown. This one outside is pretty tough. I'm gonna try to get a little bit from the inside where I get a little lighter color. Maybe that's about right there. And throw away the rest to Mr. Worms. So that brown area, cut them off. Banana, as soon as you cut them, they're exposed to air or something, or maybe this. There's the cut edge, open, exposed edge is gonna turn brown. So be very quick. I'm gonna do 2 sets here. This one's still a little brown, cut off. Just, do what you can, eat what you can get. No, unless you can grow your own. This thing fits in here like this. And it cuts in both directions, so it goes very fast. Just be careful when you're at the end. That's gonna be tossed away. while, just go and submerge that and remove these fibers here.
I'm done washing my hands, guys.
So I'll let it sit for a few minutes, five minutes, a couple of minutes when I was rinsing the tools out. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this out because it's a little sour. So they are ready here. Let's get ready for dinner just in time. Get your noodle going in here. My husband likes very cooked bean sprouts, so I'm going to tuck that in there and stick in the microwave for like a minute. The kids are ready. It's been simmering for a while here. Everything should be all very cooked and marinated. Gets 3 for the kids, a little bit of Kraft ball, a couple of tofu. I like some tofu and I like a lot of tomatoes. That is it. Isn't that awesome? I like a little bit of fried onion there. And some black pepper for me. Some green onion. If you can get a hold of this shrimp paste, get a little bit of this. That's what makes it Bun Rieu. So just like half a teaspoon in there. Well, this is mine and the kids and the husband's and ready to go. And it's pretty quick. It's super quick. It's 7:45 right now. With all the video, I was having a little bit trouble with the video, but usually I would do this in like 30 minutes of cooking and maybe like 10-15 minutes of assembling. But this is it, guys. Let me show you. Let me dig in. This is mouth watering right now. So first of all, let me taste this little soup here. It smells, that black crab is so good. Take me a little bit of bean sprout, a little bit of banana flour, and some this. If you have what is that? If you have tamarind with a little bit of water, you can pour it in here. It makes it much better. So I have some lime here to squeeze it for a little bit citrusy. Mouth watering right now. It smells so good. Water spinach. Oh, usually you stir it up. Make sure your shrimp paste is distributed, your lime is distributed, and dig in. If I have some time, usually I will cut in a little bit of fried pork fat. It's called tắp mỡ. That is so good. All kids love those tắp mỡ. It's so good. I'm just missing the pork blood, but it's okay. You know, I'm used to it. And that is the tofu. It's so good. The flavor from the soup that is kind of infused into the tofu, it's so good. And the skin, it gives really nice texture. And this is the Kraft ball. It has a lot of flavor in there. It's not too tight, and it's just right. It's not too salty for me. So if you're looking for more soup recipes, check out my soup playlist for more. I hope you enjoy this Vietnamese crab soup recipe. I love it. It's just so simple and easy, quick for me. As you can see, my bowl, it ain't small. I love it. Give it a big thumbs up to let me know if you enjoy this and share with someone who might like it. Soupy people, soupy lovers. This gonna be so good for you, as it's done so much for me. Subscribe for future weekly Vietnamese, Asian home cook, gardening, and more. Have a great day and bye bye.